Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this Works with DW Spectrum webinar series. And today we have Kyle Tang with Plate Recognizer with us today. Kyle and the Plate Recognizer group did a integration recently with DW Spectrum. So we wanted to go through that and kind of show the technology and talk about the company a little bit. So Kyle, thanks for joining us this morning. Let me just before we get going, I forgot to just kind of remind everyone that questions are encouraged. There's a Q&A in the Zoom interface. Please submit your questions so we can make this a little interactive as possible. And then yes, we are recording it. We will post it on the website later in our technology partner ecosystem page so that you can refer to this later on, and this will be part of the technology partner page, and we'll show that towards the end of this as well. Anyway, back to Kyle. Sorry about that, Kyle. Stepped on your introduction there. So thanks for joining us. Please tell us about Plate Recognizer.
All right. Good day, everyone. I hope everyone had a good week so far with Halloween. This is Kyle. I'm out here in Silicon Valley. I am a CEO of Plate Recognizer. I apologize in advance if I end up coughing a little bit too much. I'm coming off of a cold here. Just want to give everyone just a quick introduction on Plate Recognizer. We like to say that we eat license plates for lunch and sometimes for dinner as well. Our company was founded in 2019, where we created from scratch our license plate recognition engine. Today, we serve 90 plus countries around the globe. Lots of different use cases, as you can see here: parking, gated communities, yard management, police surveillance, drive-through, gas stations, car washes, etc. Essentially, wherever you find cars moving about, our software is deployed there. As we know, right, with the expertise of the sellers here in this webinar, LPR is really the first line of defense in terms of any organization's perimeter security. And so while it's great to have cameras, in the hallways, in the offices, inside the building, etc., being able to put cameras outside and being able to track vehicles coming in and out of, whether it's the gated community or whether it's a building complex, etc., is really your first line of defense. So we're super excited in terms of being able to share today. What we've done is that with our software engine, we essentially allow any IP camera to be license plate recognition enabled. And we have tuned our algorithms to be able to support this, so it works really, really well, particularly in real world environments where, for blurry images, speedy cars, excuse me, low resolution images, etc. We are able to, to identify those vehicles quite well. We have our software called ParkPal, which I'll get to in a minute, that allows us to be able to very efficiently and effectively monitor cars that are coming in and out of the parking lots and give you alerts and so forth when certain vehicles are not supposed to be there, or perhaps if they're parked there too long. Okay. One of the things that we're very proud of is the accuracy of our engine. We do our machine learning updates every 3 to 6 weeks. We have very detailed benchmarking, which I'll share very briefly in a minute or two at the end of the slides here. But as you can see, right, we've done quite a lot in terms of being able to support very tough angles, even up to 70 degrees of angle, where the pixel plate width is down to like 30 pixels. And being able to have algorithms that hone in on the actual plate as opposed to like bumper stickers, phone numbers, and things like that. Excuse me again. So we have not one, but 2 ways to do the integration with DW Spectrum. The first one here is what we call the on-premise method. This is where you would run our stream on-premise. And we would forward the results straight into Spectrum and also into ParkPal. When you run Stream on premise, as you can see with this little architecture diagram here, you basically just connect the Stream software that might be running, let's say, on a Windows machine, a Raspberry Pi, a Jetson device, or even in the customer's cloud, like their AWS. Just connect that machine to the camera via RTSP, and then you would run our software plugin, and that will basically forward the results over into Wave. And then you can also forward the results over to a ParkPow solution as well. Okay. And the cool thing about this is that, once the integration is done, it's super easy to get up and running. You can search and view for vehicle plates inside Digital Spectrum. Okay, so we're all familiar with Spectrum right here. So on the right-hand side with the bookmarks, right, you can see all the plate reads there. You can pop up a window within Spectrum to be able to search for plates. You click on the plate itself, or you click on one of the bookmarks. That particular video footage will be displayed, and then there you can view that video footage and share and save and so forth. Okay, so this is the first way by which we do the integration, and this is the on-premise way. From what I understand, a large majority of your clients' implementations are on-premise, so I reckon that this would be the preferred way for them to take action on this. Okay. And by the way, feel free to jot your questions in the Zoom session, and I'll make sure to answer that as I'm going through this. The second way is via cloud. And in this way, essentially, within, Spectrum, you'll send video clips over to our Stream Cloud, which is running in our cloud. Our Stream Cloud will be analyzing the video clips that are spent over from DW, and then the results of the license plate information would be sent over back into Spectrum and also into ParkPow. Okay, and so in this result here, the bookmarks that are created inside DW, right? That's where the integration information will reside. All right. Again, this requires the customer to send some of their video clips over to our cloud. So, obviously in some customer cases, this would be permissible, but in others, perhaps it may not be permissible. All right. And so far I've talked a lot about sort of the integration within DW itself. The integration that we have also forwards the information over to ParkPow, which is our dashboard for video for managing your parking lots and be able to monitor cars that are coming and exiting the various different parking lots. There are detailed reports, analytics, which I'll walk us through in a minute. Be able to get very proactive alerts to be able to enforce different parking policies that the customer may have. There's even a whole vehicle CRM component in here that we have built in where it makes it easy for us to identify repeat offenders and so forth. And of course, it's very API friendly, which makes it easy to integrate, import, export into data that the customer has, whether it be, data on their employees, or maybe it's an apartment complex where they have, a spreadsheet or a little database of their tenants. Okay. All right. So with that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and share my webpage. So this is the DW Spectrum integration page that we have. Excuse me. You can find this on our website. To my understanding, this is also within the DW Spectrum pages as well. And this is where you would see some of the detailed instructions with regards to approach 1. And this is the link to get that integration software that I had mentioned earlier. And these are also the instructions to the second approach, which is the cloud-based approach. Okay. So not going to go through the details here, but fairly straightforward steps. in terms of, setting up DW Spectrum, configuring the cameras for motion detection, and then, essentially, forwarding that, results back into Spectrum, as well as sending the results over to ParkPal. Okay. This, you ought to be able to get this going in a matter of, 30 minutes, 15, 30 minutes at most. Okay. In the beginning of the presentation, I shared quite a bit in terms of the accuracy of our engine, and I just thought I'll point you to this page here, which shows our ALPR results in the real world environment. And as I mentioned, right, for example, before we supported 45 degrees of angle, and then our customers are telling us that the drivers don't drive in a straight line. So we tune our algorithms to be able to support 55, 60, 65, and now 70 degrees of angle. And so we're very proud of the fact that we update our machine learning software every 3 to 6 weeks, so that the customer is able to benefit with regards to these improvements here as we make to the engine. Image resolution down to 30 pixels of plate width, blurry images down to blur distance 27, dark images down to lightness level -93, camera tilt 53 degrees, stack characters, whether it be in Costa Rica or Maryland or Wyoming and other places across the globe. Plates with icons. So for example, this one here, University of Auburn, this is obviously a school, so it should not be part of the license plate itself. 2 lines of text: Brazil, India, Jordan, Vietnam. We power quite a lot of car wash systems. We power 3 of the top 10 here in America, and many others in Europe and Australia and other places. And one of the things that we learned is that cars coming into these car washes are quite dirty, believe it or not. And so we've actually tuned our engine to be able to support very dirty plates, smudges on plates and things of that nature. Plates with tough backgrounds, even, for example, like this plate here, which is quite washed out, or even in situations where this plate here is quite darkened out. Tinted license plates, we support that as well. Vanity plates. Even the vehicles of science, like, for example, if you zoom into this particular vehicle here in the upper right, we hone in on the actual plate, whereas other engines will go ahead and tell you XLYI, lefty, maybe pro-choice, educate girls, as other license plates on this vehicle. So now all of a sudden, there are 10 vehicles in your parking lot, right, where 3 of those are incorrect. Nighttime reflective, non-reflective images, we support that as well. And we even think things like emojis, right, which are in California and other states. We do paper plates, and even in situations where the plate is on the top of the vehicle, on the windshield. Okay. So with that, I want to transition really quickly over to our ParkPal solution. And this is really a full-blown dashboard, right? This could be white labeled as well. So we could put the the DW brand right here and remove the P, the purple P. So on this dashboard, right, we can do very complex site searches. For example, trying to find a blue vehicle with the license plate. We know the time that it entered, the time that it exited, how long it stayed there. When we hover over it, right, we'll get the plate information. We click on it and we will see all the times that this vehicle has been seen by the cameras under the particular account. We also have a whole vehicle log here, right, where you can jot down notes and see alerts and so forth related to this vehicle. And let's say that, here's Steven, right, in this apartment complex. He's a visitor, but, some bad things have happened to him, right, in terms of, his behavior on the apartment complex. So what we can do is we can very easily tag this vehicle as denied. We can create any number of vehicle tags here as we desire, right? So these are the 4 that we created as part of this demo. So as we tag this vehicle as a denied vehicle, what we can now do is we can go into our alerts, very easily create an alert and send that via email, perhaps to the apartment manager. We can send out via webhooks as well for those technical customers that we have. And so for the north and the west parking lot, anytime a denied vehicle arrives, we will go ahead and send you the notification. Or if a denied vehicle or a visitor, right, is parked there for, let's say, more than 3 hours, right, we'll go ahead and let you know, right? We know that when we drive into, different parking lots, we see signs, 2-hour parking only, 3-hour parking only, etc. The reality is that none of those signs are enforced in any logical way. So here we're applying machine learning to help us enforce those particular parking signs. Another one that's quite popular is, anytime a denied visitor or untagged vehicle is on premise and it's after 9 p.m., I want to know about it. Why? Because, in our, school, for example, right? No one should be on there at 9 p.m. Teachers, administration, that's all fine. But if it's a random vehicle, we want to make sure that they're not there after 9 p.m., right? So we make it very easy to be able to set up these alerts and be able to enforce, right, the different parking policies that the customer has. Okay. With ParkPal, right, you can even drill down into, on a map view, right, be able to see the plate reads as well as the alerts associated with, a set of cameras on a map view. We have pretty detailed analytics as well that allows you to be able to kind of drill down into specific, plates, regions, hour, the day, etc. And as I mentioned earlier, we make it very easy to integrate data into the system. So for example, in the apartment complex, if Susie just came on board as a new tenant, we can just add her straight here one at a time, right? Or we can go ahead and utilize spreadsheet Excel and just upload, the document over, or we can use the ParkPal APIs to do the integration with the customer's database. We even have a sort of a full alert page here, right? That allows you to be able to understand sort of all the alerts that have occurred within a certain time frame. So you can drill down into that, to get more details. And be able to add users into this is very easy. So, the apartment manager might want to, add the supervisor, right? And be able to give them access to a certain, set of cameras, assign them a certain role, and allow them to be able to come in here and view the results of the license plate recognition data, right? All here within ParkPal. All right. So in essence, with our system, you get super high accuracy with regards to license plate recognition, and with that, be able to manage, your parking lots and your sites with our ParkPal software. So it's really a 1-2 combination. And from a pricing standpoint, you see that here, Stream, which is the license plate recognition software, is $35 per month per camera. If you need some of the advanced analytics, such as the vehicle make, model, color, orientation, direction of travel, and also dwell time, that is $45 per month per camera. And then ParkPal is $20 per month per camera. We have a lot of customers that do an annual subscription where you save 2 months. So for example, it's $200 for ParkPal rather than $20 per month. Okay. We provide a free trial for all of our customers. So this is a great way to be able to, encourage your customers to really get, to take advantage of license plate recognition, and then also for them to see, the full color, right, of the DW offering, particularly as it relates to its integration with Spectrum. We definitely do have requirements in terms of the hardware for Stream to run on. And you can see that here on this page, the recommended hardware for Stream And it's actually pretty straightforward. In our cases here, it's mainly for low traffic, which is where the vehicles are driving in at, maybe 30 miles, 35 miles per hour, right, into a parking lot, for example. You just get the total number of stream cameras. Let's say you have 4 cameras times 700. 4 times 700 is 2,800. That is the pass mark score of the machine that you would need to run this. Okay. So for example, a fairly ancient Intel i5 machine has a pass mark score of about 6,000, right? And so this is sort of the formula, so to speak, in terms of determining the hardware that's needed to run Stream on premise. And just as some examples here, right? So like a Raspberry Pi can run, one stream. A Jetson Nano can do one stream. There's a Raspberry Pi version 5 that recently launched. We're in the testing phases of that. We believe that can do 2 cameras at low speed. Okay. So yeah, so this makes it, pretty straightforward. Perhaps they could be running, stream on the same machine as their Spectrum. I don't know. Obviously that case depends customer by customer, but that is a possibility as well. Okay. I would encourage us, right, as we're going about engaging with our customers, feel free to sign up for the free trial. And also, if there's certain accounts that you want to chat about in terms of trying to understand how, license plate recognition can add value to them, yeah, more than happy to engage with the team here in terms of engaging with those particular clients. Excuse me. So the pricing that I shared here, this is basically our partner pricing, right, that we have on our website. We sell through partners, right, dealers, etc. Now we definitely do provide volume-based discounts, right? So if there are, customers with, 25, 30, etc., licenses, we do provide discounts on that. And if there's certain partners that you work with, where they're pretty, large in scope, we can definitely look at a more direct, partnership, dealer partnership program with them. Okay. There's a question in terms of typical MSRP per camera and what are others, selling price. So yeah, so vast majority, right, good chunk of our customers, they come into our website, they sign up for a free trial. We don't ask for the credit card, so it's a very easy, steps for them to sign up. They take our software for a free trial. They test out Stream, they test out ParkPal, they like it, and they click and they buy. They don't talk to any of us. It's all kind of self-service on our website, and they're getting at the prices that you see right here. Okay. There is Patrick, we should talk about looking to see how we can do a live demo, right, within your hosted the DW within the Spectrum within DW's environment. We'll be more than happy to provide our Stream and our ParkPal for you guys, just to be able to do kind of like a live demo here. So Patrick, perhaps we can take that offline.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
See if we can find a good spot for that.
Yep. Perhaps there's a camera focusing on like a parking garage or an entranceway of the building. I hope what I shared is comprehensible. I apologize for all the coughing in between as I'm battling my cold here. But yeah, we're super excited in terms of getting this going. We again, we eat license plates for lunch and for dinner, so this is our cup of tea. Super excited in terms of being able to do this integration, have this integration in place, and be able to work with the team to help you guys be more effective in terms of your selling efforts. And again, just want to put my email out there for those that want to connect and engage. And happy to share more about Plate Recognizer specifically to some of your customers.